Round three, fight!
Let me ask you this. Now, are you at all a Quentin Tarantino fan?
I find the violence. I find it. Inglorious Bastards was too much for me. It just kind of went too far for me. I liked it, but the violence does get to me.
The violence didn't
Mostly, I
bother
like
you
them.
in this film?
Well, no, because no, well, yeah. I mean, the scene with when he throws a guy whose name I've forgotten out the window was tough to watch. Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
and okay, 'cause that's what I was going to say. That I think in Quentin's films, his characters pay the price. I mean, I grew up, as a filmmaker on Reservoir Dogs. That to me, ultra violent, but every single character pays the price for what they go through, and they all die except for one at the end, and maybe he dies too. It's off screen, so you can't tell for sure. But I mean, even in Pulp Fiction, I mean, when you see Tarantino, when you see Travolta take a bullet, you're, oh my God, here we lost our hero, right? So early on. I mean, these guys paid the price.
Well, I felt it was about damnation. I didn't feel it was about redemption. I didn't see any of them redeeming. In fact, the end of it was that she wasn't redeemed. She was going crazy and not saner.
But so what?
So, well, it was interesting that maybe it doesn't always have to be about redemption. Maybe it's about the path to damnation and what sends people down that path.
Well, if you're going to go to damnation, then, but here's the thing. I don't think there is any damnation. I think they'll get there and nothing will happen to them. They'll just keep doing because, I mean, here's, in superhero films, when they really screw up like the Matrix series after the first, whenever the person becomes invulnerable, you stop caring because they don't have a weakness. These characters, in a way, didn't have a weakness either in terms of modern society because they weren't held accountable. They could just keep going. As far as I know, she could keep kicking kids in the nuts and he could keep calling people racist names and he would eventually get by.
She was in a way. I like the way the Peter Dinklage character held her accountable. In fact, he was the only one who had her accountable in the whole movie. He actually was the one who confronted her.
Though, when he told her off at the restaurant, she didn't care, and she treated him like shit. And believe me, I love Peter Dinklage. I thought his role was so minimal, and that's not making a small joke. Like they made so many stupid small jokes in the movie. It's like we get the fact that he's a small person. I mean, let's get beyond that. But what affected Mildred? You tell me. What affected her?
I He did. I think it did make her stop, and I think it changed the way when she went up to the husband.
Really?
That was a pivot point. And I think, and we mentioned this before, that the inciting incident is actually when the sheriff dies, because I think that's when they start to change. Because up to then, nothing has forced any of them to change their behaviour at all. They're just acting out. She's just acting out. He's just acting out. And then when they read the letters, his death did make Dixon stop and think about what it is. And it gave him a belief in himself, which he hadn't had before.
That's fine. You just brought up another point. When Willoughby dies, it brought up another thing that I dislike, which is the use of random voiceover. Whenever I get thrown out of a film, whether it's by an action or by a use of an external device that doesn't have an embedded thing. It just felt to me like McDonough was, again, self-indulgent and saying, I can do this because I'm McDonough at this point. There is some sort of cult worship of him, in America at least. I don't know if that's still if that's down there, but there are people who just go, oh, it's a McDonough. He's so brilliant because of his plays and boy, in Bruges, which was great, and Seven Psychopaths. There's something going on with him. I don't think there's something going on. I think it's just indulgence. I think it's him saying, I can break the rules however I wish, and that'll be okay.